Hello, my name is Peter Parfit and welcome to New Brick Workshop. Yes, it is exciting times again because we have a new Parf product on the market right now being sold by Axminster Tools and Machinery. Now, Axminster Tools and Machinery were the first company to introduce the concept of the chamfer on a dog. And that chamfer allows a dog to be pushed in to a bench and then it sits down into that chamfer, and that guarantees that the dog is at right angles to the surface of the top. And with the Superdog you could then tighten that up and that would hold that firmly in place. And since then they've introduced a number of other dogs which also exploit that chamfer concept, and I've shown some of them here. But now there's something new. Now, many years ago when I produced my concept drawings for Axminster for various types of bench dogs, I showed them at various heights of the bench, and that's really important. And now for the first time, Axminster have introduced a range of Superdogs, and these are a modified, simpler version of the Superdog, and they call this range the Expanding Superdogs, and they come in 4 heights: 10, 30, 40 and 60 millimeters. And these sizes have been chosen to reflect requests from various customers. Now, they're available as a set, and I'll put the part numbers on the screen, and as individual pairs of dogs. So you don't have to buy the whole lot if you don't want to, but you can buy them in this set in this small sustainer. And if I pull one out like so, and I'll show you how they differ from the original Superdog. The original Superdog had quite a large area at the top here, which gave you the ability to tighten it up. It also came with a variety of different fixtures and fittings, and so Axminster come up with this new design with a twist top here, which is very simple to operate, and the chamfer, which we've seen before, and that pushes down into the bench. You give it a slight twist and that holds it in place, and because of the chamfer it's at right angles to the bench top. So that simplified design doesn't have the extras that the Superdogs have, but this is what people have been asking for. Now, people have asked for different heights for different applications because some of the accessories that come with the various types of Parf kit, like this fence, is 10 millimeters thick. And so that is now flush with the top of there. And some people want that. They don't want a bench dog sitting up above that height. Now, when you're jig making, sometimes you want dogs which are just a little bit taller to suit whatever jig you're in the process of making. Maybe something where you drill a 20 millimeter hole through a piece of wood like this and you want it to slip down over a dog. Who knows? There's so many things you can do with jig making with bench dogs and a track saw cutting station. So there we have the 4 sizes that come with the kit: 10, 30, 40 and 60. And those should cover just about any jig making task that you may set yourself. Right, I'm going to give you examples, some simple bit of jig work now, and this is using the Domino Machine. Supposing I've got, 50 of these things, and I've got to put 2 dominoes in each. I've actually only got 3, but let's pretend I've got many more. The way you can approach this is to mark every one where you want the dominoes to go and then start cutting your dominoes. Or you could use some gadgets like these, which Festool sell at quite considerable cost. Or you can set it up in a jig so that you can do multiple cuts. Having set it up once, you then do multiple cuts. And that's what I'm going to show you now. Now, what I'm about to set up here is a couple of fences, and these are the UJK Parf lengthened fence stops. And I'm going to set this up now so that these fences are used to push my stock against. And I've got my track saw cutting station. Incidentally, somebody wrote to me the other day and said, "What's a track saw cutting station?" That's what this is. It's the most useful, universal slab of MDF that you would ever have in your workshop. And it's absolutely brilliant. You can do everything on it, from cutting things with a track saw to doing what I'm about to show you now. So we need to set these fences up, but I want these to move freely over this half of the fence. So I'm going to use one of the lower ones, the 10 millimeter ones at this end, and at this end I want my edge of my domino to register against a dog, and so I'm going to put in one of the 30 millimeter dogs there, and just here I'll put in that 10 millimeter one. So those 2 are in, and I can now put my fence there, and that's the fence secured, and I can now move this along to wherever I need it to be. And I'm going to do a similar thing on this side. Now in this time I'm going to put a low dog here, and it actually doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter. I'm going to put that dog there. So I've now got 2 fences set up and 2 lots of stops. So I know that if I put my piece of stock here, my Domino Machine up against the stock, and the edge of the Domino Machine is against this dog, I can look down at the little line here and line that up so it's on my pencil mark, ready to do the cut. And I just got to move that over, and I've now set up that stop so that I can do that domino cut. And I can do a similar thing on this side, slightly different place, just there, and then I put my other stop in place here. So that's that bit done. So I've now got the ability to put my stock there or there, and I know that my domino cut will go in the right place. So all I've got to do now is do my domino cuts, and it's very simple. Domino Machine against the stock and against the dog here. So that was pretty easy. Those are all my domino cuts done. But of course there may come a time when actually the piece of stock is so high that that dog is no good. And I'm going to replace this one with a taller dog. And having different length dogs like this does give you flexibility. And note that I have not needed to change any of these other bits and pieces around, because if you've got different height stocks and you've got to make this change, everything will be fine. And here we go. So there we go. I think you get the idea. So it's very, very simple indeed. And there you can see those various domino cuts, and they're all absolutely perfectly aligned. And that's just one example of jig work that you can do with a set of the Expanding Superdogs. And don't forget, you can buy them in individual pairs. Many thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.